from StenoStitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch and a little bit of quilting. Eventually maybe some knitting if I ever get to it. If you're new, like I said, I'm so happy you stopped in. I hope that you like what you see and you can come back. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back. It's good to see you again, talk with you again. So I have some super exciting stuff to show you today. I'm really excited about it. The usual whips, FFOs, haul, some plans, but I feel like we should just get to the biggest news of the day. I'm about to show you my first ever, well, I already have to take that back because I had something framed when I was a teenager. But this is my first ever project getting framed since I got back into cross stitch in 2019. So I'm going to try and show you with as little glare as possible. Oh yeah. This is Modern Folk Embroidery's 2018 Mystery Stitch Along. I did not do it as a mystery. I told you all this before, but I finally got it framed. I am so excited about this. I love the frame. It's not the color that I thought I was gonna get, but it looked best with the color fabric. Sorry about the glare. Besides that little bit of glare, this museum glass is amazing. Like, you cannot even see that there is glass there. But anyways, even more exciting than getting it framed, I'm putting it in the South Carolina State Fair. This is my first cross stitch piece being entered. So I am super excited about that. I also entered 2 other quilts. I have entered a quilt before. I got a 2nd place ribbon. They didn't have the fair last year, but the year before that I had wanted to put in the quilt that I'm putting in this year, but it was in an exhibit at the Columbia Library, so I didn't get to put it in, so I'm putting it in this year and I'm super excited. I'm also putting in the bee quilt that I showed you last video. So that was just a little side note about quilting. I try and save quilting to the end in case you're not interested, but since we were talking about the fair, I figured I would bring it up. And so that will be the first week in October, so I'll let you know how I do. Okay, so you can tell I was like super excited to get into that because I just like had to jump right in. But since we're on kind of finishes, I guess I'll keep going with that. Last video I showed you a few sneak peeks of some patterns by Kevin and myself, StenoStitches. I've got them finished and they are in our Etsy shop. First we have Be a Pineapple. This was model stitched by my friend Julia Brooks. Thank you so much, Julia. She did a wonderful job. I also wanted to give a thank you to Oliver at Fire Poppies for his consultation on colors. I couldn't have done it without y'all's help. I added these little knobs to this plank because I plan to hang it in my bathroom, and I just thought those knobs looked appropriate for a bathroom. I'm not sure why, but I like how it turned out, and it leaves room for maybe a pineapple mini or a crown mini or something to hang off that. So I'm so very excited about that. I know that we have moved kind of into fall stitching already, and it's a little late in the season for this summery pineapple, but this is when it was done. We kind of made this pattern on commission for our friend Lindsay, who has a pineapple theme in her house. And so this is just when it came out. But as a little incentive, we would like to put all of our summer themed patterns on a 30% sale for the next week. So if you are interested in stitching that, even if it's for next season, you might want to hop over to our Etsy shop and get that 30% discount. this is just a little shameless plug, but you know, gotta do it. And since I said that we're moving into the fall stitching in general, not just me, but I feel like everybody is getting ready for the next season, which is fall and Halloween, I have another finish. And this was a sneak peek last video as well. And it is Quaker Bat. This was model stitched by my friend Anna Weston. Thank you so much, Anna. She did a lovely job. It is on 28 count linen that I dyed. I call it pumpkin spice. I had this frame that I had gotten on clearance, and I just put some check ribbon. I actually made a bow. I had to research how to do that and get all that right. That's a little, I don't usually do bows, but I think it turned out really cute. I like that little pumpkin. I got that at Michael's. So I thought this would be a good time to talk about how my displays kind of happen. I don't generally, you know, kind of plan it out. They just kind of evolve. So we started with the Quaker Bat and the check. So then I was at Goodwill and I saw this black basket, you know, $2 or $3, and I was like, black basket, that would be good for Halloween. And I originally thought I could put a cross stitch on there, and maybe I still can. I'm undecided. Then of course I went to Hobby Lobby and I was thinking I need to stuff it with something, and I knew I had this orange burlap, and then I saw this buffalo check burlap. I don't know what this is, string, I guess. So I thought, well, that'll be perfect with the buffalo check that I want to do in the back of this. And so I just slowly start buying things as I'm shopping, and I got these little pumpkins. They may end up in this basket, they may not, but I'll just build it as I go. I also found these. I think Javagirl Stitches mentioned these, and I was looking for them. So these are from Hobby Lobby, you know, just little cutting boards. I got 3 of them. I've asked Kevin to design something to put on them. We'll see if we get that done in time. Maybe, maybe not. So I now have this theme with bats and buffalo check and the burlap. So I will just continue to kind of piecemeal this display together as I go. And maybe that's how everyone does it, I'm not sure. But just as a little bit of a jump ahead to a whip that I decided to stitch to go along with the Quaker pumpkin, the Quaker Bat, is this little Quaker Halloween. Let me just make sure I'm jumping out of order. So Little Quaker Halloween by Susan Aki. It's a free pattern. I had more of this pumpkin spice linen, so I was looking for something to stitch on it, and I figured the bats follow the theme, Quaker follows the theme. The only thing that didn't follow was the original pattern has green and purple, and that is like my least favorite. Purple and orange. Those Halloween colors are my least favorite. If you're from South Carolina, I am not a Clemson fan, hence I do not like orange and purple together. But so I'm just going to stitch it in grays, blacks, white, and orange. And so as I finish that, that'll go in the basket, and it'll just continue to build as I go. Okay, hopped a little out of order, but that's okay. Let me get a sip of my drink. Okay, so those are our new patterns that are in our shop now. I have a sneak peek, of course. I think I mentioned I would have this sneak peek in my last video because I have been model stitching this one myself. I have been working on it for, I think, 20 days. I work on it Monday through Friday, monogamously. I don't stitch on anything else. The weekends are the only time I'm getting to do, it's, you know, it's like a job. But I have less than an hour's worth of stitching to go on this, and then we have this awesome finishing idea that Kevin came up with, and we're super excited to get it done. So that's our next goal, and we will have this in the shop by September 1st. But let's just get to the sneak peek. So that is just one tiny portion. This is our biggest pattern yet. And that's all I'm gonna say. All right, enough of the business stuff. Let's get on to some whips, shall we? Okay, let me get on task here. Whips. I already talked about the little Quaker Halloween. If I didn't say, that's a free pattern. And next, today, I've been working on, move my needle minder. Let me take it out of the plastic. I've been working on Let's Talk Autumn by Hands on Design. Here's a picture of where I was before. As I mentioned, I had started it last year. I was just learning to stitch in hand and on this navy blue, and I really struggled with it. But because I had a good start, I decided to just keep going, and I'm using a Q-snap, and it's not as hard as I found it last year. But this is how much I've done. I just absolutely love these colors. I am not changing anything other than I'm using navy blue instead of black. All the thread colors are the same, and it is moving right along. Love these colors. I don't know if any of you saw on my Instagram, yesterday I spent the morning making floss drops, so I went through, and most of my like current whips, I went ahead and put them on floss drops. So let me see if I can do like all the professionals do. Those are the colors. All called for DMC. All right. As I said, I'm only able to work on these either when I'm traveling or on the weekends, so it's a little slow going. But I have a little more progress on Calvin and Clyde by Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching with the Housewives. Another one that I started last year and I really want to get finished. I think I have gotten his overalls filled in, and I did this whole section. So still absolutely love it. This is on 18 count Ada that I dyed with denim blue. Also, just for the fun of it, I went ahead and put all the floss drops. And you'll notice I spent a lot of time trying to decide how I wanted to do the floss drops, because I didn't want to put them on necessarily theme specific drops for every project, like say Halloween, because then when the project was over, then I would have to take the floss off the Halloween one, and how was I going to store it, and blah blah blah. So I decided to just get just plain cardstock in all different colors, and then the corresponding color goes on it. So pink on pink, red on red, it's pretty self-explanatory, but they even have light green and dark green. So that's been fun. I will say that I'm not 100% positive on the size of these drops. They're a little big. They're pretty, but they're a little big. Of course, this past weekend I got, let me grab something. I'm always getting something. Okay, so I went to Michael's when I was picking up my frame, and I got this on clearance and it's defective. It's broken. It like sticks and it doesn't work right. Of course it's working right now. I'll give it another try, but paper was getting stuck in it, so I just went with the other one that I had, and we'll see if I stick with it. Anyways. All right. What else do we have? I don't even remember. I just stacked up all my whips. Oh, this one you've seen every single video, and you will probably see it in every single video until it is finished. I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap. I will just show you my progress. I was able to come down here and get all the way over here done. Of course, this is Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Mathews. It's on 28 count linen that I dyed with just some tan, I think. I'm using all the called for weeks. This was my whip go call. I have already met my goal, but I'm going to keep working on it because I really would like to get it done for this autumn. I think I have 2 more pumpkins and the whole rest of the border to do, so since that model stitch is just about done, I might be able to focus on this instead. All right, so that's all for whips. I have a lot of plans. Where to start? I'll start with some stitch-alongs that I'm gearing up to start. These are the flosses that were in my picture yesterday on Instagram. You'll notice that a few of them are really short. When one of my stepmothers got sick with ALS, she gave me all her knitting and cross-stitch stuff, and she gave me that DMC cabinet, and then it was filled with floss, but she had taken the skein. I don't think I have a full skein to show you. Oh yeah, right here. She could have taken each skein and just cut one end, so that's the length of the threads of almost everything in that cabinet, which is super frustrating because I want to use that floss. It's free, it's there, but it's so short. If you have to do any big area, it's not even worth it. I just buy a new one if I have to do a big area in that color. But so these are all colors from that cabinet, but some are mine and some are hers. Oh, it might help if I tell you what stitch along I'm talking about. This is a Storybook Halloween by StitchoNomy. I can have Kevin put in a picture of the Facebook post or the advertisement, but it's a mystery, so I don't know what it's gonna look like. I've never done anything by StitchoNomy before, and as I said, Halloween is not my favorite. I generally don't like a lot of the colors, and I don't know, it's just not my favorite. I'm kind of a Grinch when it comes to Halloween in general. I don't like carving pumpkins. I don't like trick-or-treating. Yeah, I'm one of those. But I'm trying to get over it, and surprisingly, I do like Halloween cross-stitch, so it's kind of, through the cross-stitch, it's changing my perspective on Halloween. I don't know why, but I'm just weird, I guess. But anyways, I wanted this, since it's a mystery, and sometimes, honestly, once I get going in mystery stitch-alongs, I don't like it, and then I just say, forget it, I'm not going to do it. So I wanted it to all be from my stash. So I found this 14 count Ada. The color, I'm trying to get a little bit closer to the camera. The color is not coming out. It's not showing all the different colors. It just looks gray on the camera, but it really has blues and aquas and grays. So I call it my murky because this was when I first started dyeing, and I just kind of was playing around, and I didn't think I would ever find a reason to use this. But I think it's going to be really good for a Halloween stitch. And look at those colors on that. It's going to look pretty. So I hope the pattern comes through. I'll show it to you as I get going. Show you my little Halloween project bag that I made. I had 2 of these all cut out. The zippers were together, they were quilted. All I had to do was bind them. I don't know where the other one is, I guess I don't have it. But I just got super lazy and decided I didn't want to put a traditional binding, so I just sewed it together all around the edges, right, and then turned it inside out, so it kind of doesn't lay the same as the other ones, but it sure is cute. And here's the inside. And this was leftover fabric from the Boo quilt that I showed you some blocks from last video, and I have more blocks to show you this video, but I'll save that for the quilting section. Okay, my next sew along I am really excited about. This one I went a completely different direction. I bought new fabric. I bought all the called for flosses, and it is The Stockings Were Hung by Tiny Modernist. It is a mystery stitch along starting September 1st. I love Tiny Modernist, and I like everything that I've done by her, so I've just decided I am doing what she says. Fabric color, floss, everything. I did that with the Every Season stitch along, and I absolutely love that. So when there's somebody that talented, you just do what they tell you to do. So she called for country French linen. I believe the color is Rain. Doesn't quite say that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it's 32 count. And this is the called for size. It's gonna be big. That looks pretty gray. It's much bluer, I think. Yeah, it's much bluer in real life. Maybe if I fold it, it will look better. Let's try that. Yeah, it's a blue-gray. I mean, that looks pretty good. Blue-gray. Called for weeks and classic colorworks. Look at those. Oh man, not a lot of colors, but a lot of each color. I think there's 3 of the red, 3 of the green, and there was a couple DMC as well. So I am telling you, September 1st cannot get here fast enough. I want to start this now. And because this is Christmas, I pulled one of my bags out of my Etsy shop. It's been in there for a few months. Hadn't sold. I took it back, man. Look at this bag. Oh, let me take this out. Look at this bag. If I do say so myself, this bag is stinking cute. I love that Christmas fabric. Love, love, love. So, mine now. Okay, so the only other thing I have in that Christmas plans is I am going to do Lindy Stitches Cat Slip Christmas ornaments. I will probably do 2 of the 3, and I am going to do it on just some mushroom Lugana, probably using the colors to match this Tiny Modernist stitch along. Just to make my life easier, because I didn't have the other colors, so I just figured I'll just make a match. Alright. Let's see. I have one other thing on the plans. This was on my August plans too, but I didn't even start it. So hopefully I'll do September. It's Heart and Hand Square Dance. I said I was going to do August with the bee theme, didn't even start it. And so now I've got the September. I've got them all. This was for August. This is for September. I'm going to stitch them on. What else do I stitch on? Mushroom Logana. So, oops. My bee needle minder is holding everything together. I even had a needle minder in there for August and I didn't do it. So, there's that. These little ones, I love them. I have a perfect display for them. I always want to do them every month. I say I'm going to do it and then it goes to the bottom of the list. So hopefully that doesn't happen this month. So the only stuff that I have left, oh, I have one more plan. Sorry, one more plan. Sorry y'all, I'm drinking soda. It's getting to me. Drinking some LaCroix. Okay, so let me look at my notes so I get this right. This morning I was watching Sherry at Colorado CrossStitcher, and I don't know why she doesn't pop up in my feed very often. I am subscribed to her, but maybe I don't have notifications on. But I have not watched her in ages, and I really do like her videos. Not necessarily because we stitch the same kind of things, but I feel like she has really good discussions. She usually has a topic that she wants to talk about, and she has really good, insightful thoughts about it, and I appreciate that. As a side note, she had a red cabinet in this last video that she fancied up, and it was beautiful. Absolutely loved it. But anyhow, she, I believe, is the one who created the summer camp, which I did not participate in. Because I hadn't seen her videos, I didn't hear about it until people were already doing it. But now that summer camp is over, she is doing something for September, and it is called Showstopper Stitch Along. And I like the idea because everybody has, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people have like those big projects or those things that it just seem like so much work, kind of like that mystery stitch along. Like, I don't want to start another one because I know that it is 18 months commitment to get that done. But I had one a year or so ago, this Hello from Liz Mathews First Day of Christmas pattern from Lindy Stitches, and I absolutely love this pattern, and I've been watching day 2, 3, 4, and now 5 has come out, and I absolutely love them all, but I couldn't decide how I wanted to stitch it. I like the idea of the tree, but I wasn't sure I wanted to do that because I really like the full pieces, but I also did not want 12 single pieces. And so Liz has a video telling all the details about the sizing and all that, so I'm kind of rambling, but Sherry said September Showstopper Sal. Well, I had the past week or so been thinking about this 12 Days of Christmas series because I do really want to stitch them, and I came up with the idea of how I would finish them. I will stitch them individually, but I think that I will get some sort of vintage window, either 2 6-pane windows or 1 12-pane window, and put each day in a window. So once I decided, hey, that's how I can finish it, I'm like, okay, now I need to get all the patterns and I need to get started. So that's been kind of toiling in the back of my mind that I want to do this. And then when I heard this morning about the Showstopper Sal, I thought, perfect, perfect, perfect. So if you can't tell, I'm super inspired. I want all the patterns. I want to stitch it all. But I'm going to start with the first day. I have to choose what fabric and size and all that business. I will do the DMC. I'm not going to do the MPI silk. And so that's one of my biggest plans for September. Super excited about that. If I can't find a window pane that is right, which I know I will. I know I can find a vintage old window that I can make work. But fail, my plan B is I'll have Kevin make me something. So that's the end of my plans. All we have left is haul. I don't know if you noticed in my video last week, I didn't have a single thing for haul. Like, I didn't even mention haul. I didn't even say, I don't have any haul this week. But turns out I actually did have one thing that I could have showed you, but it doesn't matter. I got the DMC thread book. This has all actual threads. As designers, this is so helpful. The sneak peek pattern that we showed you, like I said, that's the biggest pattern that we've designed. And there are some components in it that, I'll be honest, would have looked really nice in variegated floss. But I don't have, you know, a whole line of Weeks or Classic Colorworks or something to choose from. And it's really hard to do from pictures, and I don't really have a local needlework shop. It's almost 2 hours away. So the closest I can, you know, have in my hand and see is DMC. And for other patterns, like with the pineapple, we've taken the image and gone to Hobby Lobby, and Kevin and I, and tried to pick colors there, but you know, it's really uncomfortable and it's awkward, and there's no, you know, you just need to be able to sit down and take your time and try things out. And so having this card is really, really helpful, because you can see all the different shades, and we really relied heavily on this book in picking the colors for the sneak peek that I showed you. So it was worth the money. I got one more thing in the mail. I got my Jody fabric. These are, I got two beautiful pinks. Oh my gosh, this one is so pretty. It's so bubblegum pink. I think it's gonna be really pretty in spring. This one is a deeper pink, and I think I already know what I want to put on this. I have been eyeing for a while. Oh shoot. I can't remember the designer's name. Kevin will put it at the bottom, but she has the Whip It Good pattern. And that is a monochromatic all white piece, and I've been eyeing that, so that's on my maybe 2022 plans. So I got the 28 count linen, no, 28 count Lugana from Jody. It's super soft, and I'm anxious to stitch something on one of these. Little more haul from Hobby Lobby. I got this little bundle of, you know, plastic leaves. I like to put those in mason jars at the bottom of my displays. There's leaves and pumpkins in there. They're cute. And finally, when I was at Goodwill the other day and I got that black basket, I found this super awesome black frame, $3.99, and guess what? Celebrate Halloween that I just finished a few months ago fits perfectly in here. I can't wait to get it finished. Maybe I'll have that for my next video. And that's it, guys. I have shown you everything I have been up to stitching wise. I guess if you don't want to see, oh, one more thing. I told you that one of my stepmothers gave me all of her stitching stuff. She also gave me her fabric, like stitching, sewing, I don't know what the heck it's, garment supplies. Those kind of sewing. She made her own clothes, I guess. I don't do any of that. So I finally boxed all that stuff up, went through everything, and found this already stitched. And the year is 1978. Nobody's perfect. I think this is super cute. So the fabric is a little yellow, it's a little dirty. I did wash it last night. It helped a little, but it's going to be a little vintage looking. But I am going to make a project bag out of this. Super excited to save a stitch and repurpose it. And she even had some garment labels in there that said, you know, made by her name. So I'll put that on there, and then I can just remember her through that. So I thought that was fun. I've been kind of having, you know, keeping my eye out for a situation where I can save a stitch. Alright, so that's all the stitching I have. So if you want to skip out, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a good rest of your summer, what there is left, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks. Otherwise, check out this quilting I have. So my last video I showed you some little ghosts that I had made last fall. It is, the pattern is called Boo by the Pattern Basket, and I had 3 ghosts stitched, and I had all the rest cut out. So I sewed them all last night. So cute. I just love these ghosts. That bow just gets me every time. So I'll just show you the blocks that I finished. Sorry, I have to have my fan going and kind of blows things around. So cute. So I don't know what I had planned or how many I had planned to make last year. Oh, I love this one. I love that bow. But I had made 3 already, and I had 4 more cut out. So that's 7. So I don't know what I thought I was making. I don't know if I had planned to cut out more and make more, because I kind of thought I was going to do maybe 9. But I've since used the rest of this 5/4 bundle to make project bags. So I don't have any more. So I think it's going to be a table runner. I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe I can make a little pillow out of one or something. If I do make it a table runner, I am not going to actually put it on the table, because my little grandkitty Chai, I'll put in a picture of him here, it's part Maine Coon, super furry cat. But anywhere that there is a table runner, he believes that that is his bed. And he literally just ruins it with the amount of fur that he leaves behind. And it makes me insane. So it's not going to be on a table that he can get on. The last thing I have to show you is a quilt that I made last year. My bathroom, my guest bathroom, is gray, buffalo check, and yellow, and the theme is bees. And I should have showed you this last week when I showed you all that bee stuff, but I forgot. But this just hangs on the wall. So that one says, be kind, be humble, be joyful. It's backing. And this was a panel by, the line is called Be Joyful by Moda, and it was a panel, and then I just bought a little yardage for the back. And that kind of inspired the whole bathroom. decor. I wanted to make something out of that, and there it went. So that's about it, guys. Kevin says I should give you my life updates at the beginning, but I never think, I'm always too excited about what I have to show you. I just like all business. I gotta get into the good stuff. So I end up doing my life updates at the end. I don't have too much to tell you. The last video I was really excited because my youngest was starting band camp. They only got 3 or 4 days in before somebody tested positive and they had to cancel band camp. So super sad about that. So far the competitive marching band season is still going forward, but I'm not holding my breath. So that's sad, but we'll do what we have to do. I just got my second shot yesterday. Feeling good. I thought maybe I would feel bad today, but I don't. Feeling just fine. And that's it. Nothing else new. I've just been stitching away and trying to make a conscious effort to get more quilting time in. And that's it. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I had a lot of fun showing you all that I've been working on, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe and share with your friends, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.